back. The next morning, Samuel was surprised. He didn't see Gift anywhere. He went to Amara and asked, "Have you seen Gift?" Amara said, "No, I haven't. Is she not in her hut?" Samuel said, "I went to her hut but I didn't see her." What happened? Samuel went to the same old woman. He told her everything that had happened. The old woman insisted that he go and look for Gift. Samuel went into the village, searched around, but could not see any sign of Gift. Then he saw a boy of his age. The boy said, "You are looking for Amara. You are looking for Gift." Samuel asked, "How did you know?" The boy said, "Because yesterday night I saw Gift walking into Okba forest. She was holding a machete, and I was wondering what she was going to do inside. Had I known, I would have followed her. But now she hasn't returned." What actually happened? Samuel went home angry. When he got home, he went straight to Amara and asked, "Did you send Gift to Okba forest yesterday night?" Amara denied, "I didn't." Samuel said, "If I find out that you sent her to Okba forest, this marriage will be over." Amara sat down with her son, Toma. She looked at him and said, "No matter what, this is our son. You will not chase me out of our house because of that girl. Now she is gone. It is going to be okay. It is not my problem." I picked her and sent her away. There's weeks, months passed, yet they were still looking for Gift. Amara thought about Samuel's behavior toward her. She was outside when the river goddess appeared to her. Amara was shocked and said, "Ma." The goddess looked at her with anger. "You sent the child I gave you away. You killed the child I gave you. You went, you sat down, and the other day you were crying. You were looking for the child, you were crying. And I sent my child to you. And this is how you repay me by sending my child away. If I do not get my child back, your son will die. And when he dies, I promise you, you will not have a peaceful life." The goddess disappeared. Amara started crying, realizing the gravity of her actions. Gift, meanwhile, looked at the woman sitting by the river and smiled. She said, "So this was my biological mother. So this is how it feels to receive real love. This is how real love looks. I would go back and stay with her forever." But Toma became sick. He became seriously sick, so that people wondered what had happened to him. They called herbalists, but the herbalists could not treat him. Different things were tried, different spiritual treatments were attempted, but nothing worked. Samuel then went to the same old woman. The woman told him, "I will take you to see a herbalist. The herbalist will consult the problem and tell you what is wrong." When Samuel went to the herbalist told him, "Your wife knows exactly what is happening. She is the cause of the problem. She is the solution that will make your son heal. Your wife has offended the goddess of our land. If you want your son to live, you people should go and plead with your wife and tell her to confess to whatever she did. I will give you a cup. This is something you will put into Toma's food. But if Toma eats it and still doesn't recover, this is now out of my hands. You should go now." Samuel came back angry. He went to Amara and asked, "What have you done? Where did you offend the goddess of our land? What did you do?" Amara was confused. "Where have I offended the goddess of the land? What did I do?" Samuel went to the old woman. Both he and the old woman came back to their huts and faced Amara. The old woman said, "You should confess to whatever you have done. Let us go and plead with the goddess of our land. Do you want Toma to die? If you actually want Toma to die, you should keep quiet. But if you don't want him to die, you should say whatever you did." Amara cried because she did not know where she had offended the goddess of the land. She said, "Where have I offended the goddess of the land? I didn't even know where I met her. Oh Lord, goddess of our land, please have mercy." Samuel looked at her with anger. "If I ever find out whatever you did, this marriage will be over." Amara continued crying. Just then, the Cell Morales came and said, "I begged for a child from the goddess of the land. When I went to the stream to fetch water, the goddess gave me a child. I took the child home, and the child caused me to get pregnant. But after getting pregnant, I neglected the child and sent the child to Okba forest, knowing the child would not survive. It's all because I did not want any disturbance. I do not know what the child did to her, but she is still trying to kill the child." She sent the child to Ukba Forest, and the child went back to where she came from. All you have to do now is go to the goddess and plead for mercy. But when they were saying that, Amara turned back and saw Toma. Toma just coughed and then stopped breathing. Amara rushed toward Toma, held him, and cried. Samuel became very angry and pushed Amara away. If you hadn't kept quiet, we could not have lost Toma now. If you insist on keeping quiet, you won't like my next reaction. The herbalist and the old woman headed to the river with Amara to plead for mercy. Gift spoke to Amara, you sent me to Ukba Forest hoping I would die there. What have I done to you? All I wanted from you was motherly love. Where have I wronged you? Did I do any bad? You shouldn't have picked me up when you knew you would not love me the way you love your son. Amara said, please forgive me. I am sorry. Gift looked at her and said, I have forgiven you. You should go. I have forgiven you. They all went back home. When they got back home, Samuel brought out Amara's belongings and told her to go back to her father's house since their child was dead. Amara looked at them, cried, took her bag, and walked out of the compound. She walked back to her father's compound.